Good morning. Good morning, all of you. Hari. So, how are you all? Yes. Is anyone affected by floods? Actually, there are. And they told that some of them mentioned that they can't join today even because they are not settled yet. There anyone who didn't inform? Yes. කලේ නැති කවුරු හරි ඉන්නවා නම් just send a message, right? I know that lot of a considerable number of students were affected. So if you were not affected, you have to be thankful that when majority of the people were having problems due to bad weather, you all were safe, right? So you have to be thankful for that first of all. And on the other hand, we have to help the others as much as possible. In the other classes also I mentioned some students are in need of ඔගොල්ලන්ට පුළුවන් විදිය. Yes, some are in need of notes, right? Because their notes have been destroyed. Right? They cannot be recovered when they have got wet. Actually, this is not clean water, no? Right? Water with mud. You may have seen the places. Or sometimes you may have got the experience. ඉතින් එතකොට ඒවා ආයි පාවිච්චි කරන්න බෑ. ඒගොල්ලෝ ළමයි ගොඩාක් අසරණ වෙනවා. අනිත් දේවලුත් නැහැ. හැමදේම නැති වෙලා තියෙන අයත් ඉන්නවා. Some people have lost their lives, lot of people. නේද? ඉතින් ඒ වගේ තත්ත්වයක ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පුළුවන් විදිහට ඔයගොල්ලන්ට දෙන්න පුළුවන් ඒවානේ. The parents may have given the other stuff, donated the other stuff. The things that you can do is gives the notes for the people, for the students who are in need. නේද? And you can help them. ඔගොල්ලන්ට වැඩිපුර තියෙන දේවල් ඔයාලගේ මට්ටමින් දෙන්න පුළුවන් නේද? පුළුවන් හැම විදිහටම උදව් කරන්න පුළුවන් හැම විදිහටම. අපිට පුළුවන් විදිහක් තියෙනවා නේද? ඒ විදිහට උදව් කරන්න ඒගොල්ලන්ට. ඔයාලා බලලම ඉස්කෝලවලිනුත් ඕගනයිස් කරලා තියෙනවා. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලන්ට වැඩිපුර තියෙන දේවල් තියෙනවනේ ඕන තරම් නේද? ඒවයින් හොඳ දේවල් තමයි හොඳ තත්ත්වයේ තියෙන දේවල් තමයි දෙන්න ඕනේ අපිට පාවිච්චි කරන්න බැරි කැඩිච්ච ඉරිට දේවල් නෙවෙයි ඩොනේට් කරන්න ඕනේ හොඳම තත්ත්වයේ තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒක තව කෙනෙකුට දෙයක් පුළුවන් මට්ටමින් දෙන්න. හරිද? ගොඩක් අය ඉන්නවා එහෙම අර නෝට්ස් ටික නැති වෙලා දකින්නත් ඇති සමහර ළමයි පාර අයිනේ තියාගෙන වේලනවා. එහෙම ෆොටෝ එකකුත් මම දැක්කා. ඉතින් නෝට්ස් ටික වේලා ගන්නවා. පොත් තෙමිලා. ඉතින් එහෙම අයට පුළුවන් විදිහට පුතේ උදව් කරන්න. Right? Because everything is destroyable. අපි දැක්කනේ within few seconds everything can be lost. Right? Including the lives. Therefore, we have to help each other. And along with the education, we have to build up the good values as well. Right? Education without values is also useless. Therefore, we have to have good values in our lives. ඒවත් develop කරගන්න හොඳටම. Right? With proper knowledge, with a proper education, and also with good values. That will make a complete personality. Right? According to the religion that you believe in, develop the values. හරි. ඉතින් අපේ ක්ලාස් එකෙත් ඉන්නවා කීප දෙනෙක් සමහර අය නම් ජොයින් වුණා සමහර අයට නම් තාම සෙටල් වෙලා නැහැ අර කඩ්සේම ගොඩක් ඇවිල්ලා එහෙම ගෙවල් තාම සුද්ධ කරගන්න විදියක් නැහැ they don't have water මම අර cover up sessions ඊළඟට ගිය සතියේ එහෙම classes cancel කළේ ගොඩක් අයට electricity තිබුණේ නැහැ ඊළඟට connection issues ගොඩාක් තිබුණා නේද I asked through the WhatsApp groups. එතකොට ගොඩක් අය දැකලත් නෑ the people who were affected ඒගොල්ලෝනේ දකින්න ඕනේ මටත් ඒක එච්චර හිතුන්නේ නෑ මේ because they didn't have these internet connections and all these data connections තිබිලා නෑනේ සමහර කීප දෙනෙක් SMS වල තිබුණා actually I don't check SMS එතකොට පස්සේ තමයි මම ඒව දැක්කේ SMS දාලා තිබුණා කීප දෙනෙක් ඉතින් ඒගොල්ලන්ට අර WhatsApp messages යවුවට ඒව දැකලත් නෑ ඉතින් එහෙම ප්‍රශ්න ගොඩාක් තිබිලා තියෙනවා තාම රිකවර් වෙන ගමන් ඉන්නේ සමහර තැන්වල කොච්චර කාලයක් යයිද think of the mental condition mentality නේද එහෙම දෙයක් දැන් හැමතිස්සෙම හිතන්න ඕන අපිට එහෙම දෙයක් වුණොත් කොහොමද කියලා have to think and we have to be helpful always right hari so today we will start grade 8 work and as I told you we don't know about the term tests for the students who are affected actually I can't provide the notes because in my tutors I have kept spaces questions are there no there are no answers typed in the tute no ඒ නිසා මගේ tute එකක් දුන්නා කියලා ඒගොල්ලන්ට දැන් පාඩම් කරගන්න බෑ therefore I told the students that I will share the recordings with them එතකොට I will share them with those not only with the students that are in my classes but any student for any student I shared a post also for you to share with those who are in need right so I'm ready to help them in that aspect and in the other aspects also I did what I can do yes well done Sanuki thanks a lot she says she can send with the answers ඒ කියන්නේ completed tute එහෙම කවුරු හරි ඉල්ලුවොත් පුතේ I will let you know right then you can ඒක ලොකු පිනක් එහෙම උදව් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් දැන් මට science notes ටික හොයලා දෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ අනිත් subjects වල ඒවා දෙන්න විදිහක් නැහැ එතකොට ඒගොල්ලන්ට හිත හැදෙන්න මම කිව්වා මේ ක්ලාස් එකේ ඉන්න අයගෙන් අහලා ඒගොල්ලන්ට දෙන්න පුළුවන් නම් එහෙම notes ටික හොයලා දෙන්නම් කියලා එහෙම උදව් කරන්න කැමති අය ඉන්නවා මම දන්නවා දැන් සනුකිට අග්ගාලෙව්වා she can provide with the answers කියලා yes thank you so much Sanuki if someone asks I will let you know right grade 7 notes ටික ඉල්ලුවොත් okay ඉතින් එහෙම දන්න අයට කියන්න මේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ පුළුවන් තරමින් එහෙම දන්න අයට උදව් කරන්න right ඔයගොල්ලන්ට තියෙන එක ඇඳුමක් හරි දෙන්න ඩොනේට් කරන්න කිසිම දෙයක් නැහැනේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැක්කනේ කිසිම දෙයක් ඉතුරු වෙලා නැහැ ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඒගොල්ලන්ට වට කරගෙන ගොඩක් දේවල් අපිට තියෙනවානේ එතකොට ඒගොල්ලන්ට කිසිම දෙයක් නැහැ පොත්පත් නැහැ ඇඳුම් ටික නැහැ මොකුත් නැහැ හරිද they had only the clothing that they were wearing at that moment that's all nothing else ඉතින් ඔය දැක්ක දාලා තියෙනවා අපි දැන් කෑම බීම ඇඳුම් ඒවා විතරක් දෙනවා දැන් සමහර පුංචි බබාලා ඉන්නවා නැත්නම් ඔයගොල්ලොත් ඔය වයසේදී එක ආස දේවල් තියෙනවානේ ඉතින් එහෙම දේවල් උනත් දෙන්න කියලා ඔය පොඩි toys නැත්නම් the hair accessories ඒවටත් ඒගොල්ලොත් ආසයිනේ නේද ඒගොල්ලන්ට හැමදේම නැති වෙලා තියෙනවා ඔයගොල්ලන්ට පුළුවන් විදිහට ඔයාලට තියෙන එහෙම ඩොනේට් කරන්න collection centers ගොඩාක් තියෙනවා ඉතින් එහෙම reliable තැනකට පුළුවන් විදිහට දෙන්න. පුංචි එක දෙයක් හරි දුන්නොත් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට ඒකෙන් ලොකු සතුටකුත් ලැබෙනවා. හරිද? අපි මේ දැන් මේ ක්ලාස් එකෙත් ඉන්නවා ගොඩක් affect වෙච්ච එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. ටික කියන්නත් බෑ. ඉතින් එතන ගෙදරකට වතුර ටිකක් දැම්මත් ගොඩක් ආවත් ෆැක්ට් එක ගොඩක් වැඩි. ඉතින් ගොඩාක්ම affect වෙච්ච කෙනෙකුත් ඉන්නවා අර highly affected area එකක මේ ක්ලාස් එකේ right ඉතින් පුතේ ඒ විදිහට දැන් මේ දේවල් දකින්නකොට you have to think that you all are fortunate not to be impacted and you are getting the food right when a part of the country is starving and actually that is a big shock for them, right? ඒගොල්ලන්ට හිතා ගන්න බැරි දෙයක් නෙවුනේ. එතකොට ඒක පාරට ඒ ෂොක් එකෙන් ඉන්නේ. එතකොට අර ලස්සන දෙයක් දුන්නොත් ඒ පුංචි ළමයිට ඒකෙන් හරි සතුටක් ඇති වෙනවනේ නේද? ටොයිස් එහෙම තියෙන දෙයක් දීලා ඒ කෙනෙක්ව සතුටු කරන්න. දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ සෙල්ලම් කරන්නේ නැති හින්දා සමහර වෙලාවට ඒ ටොයිස් එක සෙල්ලම් කරන්නේ නැහැනේ. පුංචි කාලේ තියෙන බඩු තියනවා නම් එහෙම දෙන්න. හොඳ ඒවා. කැඩිච්ච බිඳිච්ච ඒවා නෙවෙයි. නේද? එතකොට කවුරු හරි එක්කෙනෙක් හරි සතුටු වෙනව නේද? Right? That is a blessing for you all as well. Hari. So we'll start the first unit of grade 8 today. And as I told you, we will do a revision question on grade 7 stuff as well. So it is said that the government schools will be started on the 16th, but we don't know about. Yes, we will do the presentations also. I will give you the time. We don't know about the term tests yet, but in some of the private and international schools, you may know some of you have finished the term tests and got marks as well. ඉතින් ඒ දෙගොල්ලන්ටම හරියන්න අපි මේ lesson එකත් කරන ගමන් I will do a revision for about half an hour on the grade 7 stuff. So you have to remember the things, right? You have to remember the grade 7 things. You can't forget them and go to grade 8 because this knowledge is also continued. එනිසා grade 7 ඒවත් අමතක කරන්න නැතුව අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම තියාගන්න. අපි කරපු ප්‍රශ්න බලන්න. We did lot of questions in the month of November, especially complete revision. But you can go through these questions and remind the subject matter. හරි. ඊළඟට තව දෙයක්. Before I start grade 8 work, so since grade 6, I have asked you to go through the things that we have done on the day itself. Right? When I discuss a part of this lesson today, you have to you have to go through that within half an hour or within 20 minutes even. And 20 minutes would be enough because we discuss the things are in your mind. Then we watch videos, those things also go to your mind. Therefore, if you revise it today itself, they will go to your long-term memory. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ ආයි දවස් දෙක තුනකින් නිකන් ඔය ගමනක් යනකොට ඉස්කෝලේ යනකොට හරි එමගදී ඒක මතක් කරගන්නවා තනින් තනින් මේ පාඩම් කරපුවා. එතකොට හොඳට මතක හිටිනවා. කරලා බලන්න. ඒක දැනටමත් කරන අය ඇති. මොකද මම grade 6 ඉඳන් හැමදාම කියපු දෙයක්. ඒක මේ 6 7 කලේ නැත්තම් දැන් හරි පටන් ගන්න. Since we are starting grade 8 work today. So from today onwards you can start that practice. Okay? අද දවසේ හොයාගන්න නැද්ද විනාඩි පැය භාගයක් 20 විනාඩි 20ක් හොයාගන්න පුළුවන් නේද? 30 minutes or 20 minutes would be enough. So you can highlight or underline the things. Just go through. එතකොට අර දැකපු videos එහෙම ඒවත් එක්ක මතකය හොඳට තියෙනවා. නැත්තම් අද දැන් ක්ලාස් එකේ ඉන්නවා videos බලනවා හරි වහලා තිබ්බා ඊළඟ සතියේ open කරනවා tute එක. එතකොට අර බලපු video එකක්වත් කිසිම දෙයක් මතක නැහැ. කොහොම erase වෙලා. That's the nature of the human mind. Therefore, you have to do that. මොකද්ද? පොඩි වෙලාවක් අරගෙන අද දවස් කරපු ටික බලා ගන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට හොඳට මතකයට යනවා. එතකොට අර අපි දැකපු images, videos ඒවත් එක්ක හොඳට මතකය තියාගන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට පස්සේ දවස් දෙක තුනකින් ආයෙ revise කරන්න. එතකොට lessons ටික වැඩි වෙනකොට you have to revise all the stuff. ඒක ලොකු වෙලාවක් යන්නේ. You can make a timetable for you all. Right? According to the sessions you have in the morning, you are going to school, and after school I have these sports. එතකොට ඒකෙදි එක subject එකකට පැය භාගෙ හරි වෙන් කරලා දාගන්න. දවසේ මුළු ඔක්කොම subjects බලන්න බෑ. ඒකට divide the 7 days for the subjects that you have. තේරුණාද? එහෙම බෙදාගෙන පරණ දේවලුත් මතක් කරන්න ඕනේ. මේ කලින් සතියේ කරපු ඒවා විතරක් නෙමෙයි. පරණ ඒවත් මතක් කරන්න වෙලාවක් දාගන්න ඕනේ. You can go through the questions that we have done. එහෙමයි කරන්න ඕනේ පුතේ. අර කලින් දවසේ දැන් එනවා අම්මලා කියනවාට නැගිටලා වාඩි වෙලා ඉන්නවා මැෂින් එක ඉස්සරහා. ඊට පස්සේ ටර්ම් ටෙස්ට් එකට කලින් දවසේ වැඩි පිටි ගාලා ටිකක් බලා ගන්න. එහෙම වැඩක් නැහැ. මර ටර්ම් ටෙස්ට් එකට ලෝඩ් කරගෙන ගිහිල්ලා අන්ලෝඩ් කරන්න නෙවෙයි. You have to have the knowledge. හරිද? දැනුමයි තියෙන්න ඕනේ. දැනුම තියාගන්න අර it should be a continuous process. නේද? ඔයගොල්ලෝම දන්නවා නැත්තම් කලින් දවසේ පාඩම් කරනවා මොනවා ගිහිල්ලා ලියලා එනවා ඊට පස්සේ හිතේ මොකුත් නැහැ. හිම වැඩක් නැහැ. මේ ඔයගොල්ලෝ grade 6 ඉඳන් grade 1 ඉඳන් අරගෙන ආපු දැනුම තමයි ඉස්සරහට යන්නේ. right? ඒ නිසා you have to revise those and keep the memory. then you are a knowledgeable person. නැතුව අර කටපාඩම් කරලා ගිහිල්ලා term test එකට ලකුණු 99ක් 100ක් අරගෙන එන එක නෙවෙයි. you have to have the knowledge. එක දෙකක්. okay? hari. So our first unit is based on microorganisms. As you saw, we are going to discuss about the importance of microorganisms. There was in grade 9 also the first unit is based on microorganisms, but not the same stuff. There we are going to discuss about the different applications of microorganisms, how they become useful for us, and what are the ill effects as well. Ill effects there are so many uses of microorganisms. When we say microorganisms, sometimes you may feel that these are a type of enemy. More microorganisms. They are having they are giving lot of uses for us, right? They become beneficial for us. There are so many benefits we obtain from the microorganisms. And there are few ill effects as well, such as causing diseases. හරිද? ඒ නිසා microbes ලා ගැන එහෙම තරහින් හිතන්න එපා, right? They are useful a lot. හරි. බලන්න videos off කරන් ඉන්නේ කවුද? Turn on the videos. So from next week onwards I will put a message in the group as well. මම අද දාන්නත් හදලා ආයි දැන් connection issues එහෙම තියෙනවා. සමහර අය තාම ෆ්ලඩ්ස් වලින් පස්සේ ගෙවල් අස් කරමින් ඉන්නේ. ඒ නිසා කම්පල්සරි කළේ නැහැ වීඩියෝස් ඔන් කරන්න. දැන් 3 දෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා. පුළුවන් හැමෝම වීඩියෝස් ඔන් කරන්න. ලබන සතියේ ඉඳන් කම්පල්සරි. ඊළඟට මොනවා හරි එහෙම ඉෂුව එකක් තියෙනවා නම් because I don't know, I can't see you physically. ඒ නිසා මොනවා හරි එහෙම impact එකක් වුණා නම් just let me know, right? මම දන්නේ නැහැනේ. මම දන්න අයට නම් I just sent දන්න අය කියලා කියන්නේ දැන් ඔහොම කතා කරද්දී ඔයා කොහෙන්ද එහෙම කියලා මම අහනවානේ. එතකොට මට අර මතක තිබිච්ච අය නුවරඑළිය ඊළඟට ওই ගම්පොළ එහෙ හිටියා කියලා එහෙම මතකයක් තිබිච්ච අයට personally messages යවුවා අහලා. එහෙම නැතුව මම නොදන්න අයත් ඇතිනේ. මොකක් හරි impact එකක් වෙලා තියෙනවා නම් දැන් මෙතන නැතුව recording එක හරි බලනකොට මේ message එක ඇහුණාම just let me know, right? අපිට පුළුවන් විදිහට උදව්වක් කරන්න පුළුවන් නේ. හරි. So microorganisms. So as the name denotes, micro means, you know that we have discussed about the 3 groups of living organisms: plants, animals and microorganisms. So plants and animals are macro, we can see them, but micro means, yes Pute? We can't see them with our naked eyes, right? Yes, we can't see them with our naked eyes. That is why we call them as microorganisms. Actually, now fungi. When there is a fungal growth on a cloth or a food item, on food you have seen the growth of fungi. We can see them now. But fungi is a group of microorganisms. Yes. Fungi is available as a group, as a colony. That is why they become visible. Therefore, we have to add another thing to our definition. Microorganisms are the organisms which cannot be seen with our naked eyes when taken individually. When taken individually. තනිවම ගත්තහම අපේ පියවි හැට පේන්නේ නැති අය. Right? These are the microorganisms. But there are certain exceptions. Some algal varieties become visible. Most of the algae are visible. right? Algae kiwahama, they are visible. But we have put them under the group of microorganisms since there are certain varieties which are not visible to our naked eyes. Right? Hari. There are living organisms which are visible and also invisible to the naked eye in our environment. Hari. Now you can do this at home. Actually, you can't observe them through the microscope because you don't have microscopes at home. No? But a sample of coconut water, a glass slide, a cover slip, and light microscope. Once the schools are started, you can do this. The second activity you can do at home. So we take a sample of coconut water. Put the coconut water into a clean container and keep it for 3 days. When we are doing experiments associated with microorganisms, we have to use clean containers. Why? There may be some other microorganisms that had already grown there if it is not clean. Right? We observe those microorganisms as well. So we need to see the microorganisms developed in this aged coconut water. Right? Then put a drop of coconut water onto the glass slide and cover it with a cover slip. So we are aging the coconut oil, right? Aged coconut oil, coconut water. Aged coconut water. Then we take a drop onto a cover slip, glass slide and cover it with a cover slip and observe under the compound microscope. Observe the prepared slide through the optical microscope under low power. Then present your observations by using a diagram. This is how you see. So this is the microorganisms that are visible in aged coconut water. May thamai yeast, what we call as Saccharomyces. හරිද? දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැකලා තියෙනවද ගෙවල් වල නම් දැන් ආප හදනවද දන්නේ when we are making hoppers ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ grandparents ලා එහෙම පොල් වතුර දානවා දැකලා තියෙනවද? Have you seen that they add coconut water? නැත්තම් අපි ගෙදර හදනකොට සමහර වෙලාවට yeast දානවා. Instead of yeast they add coconut water in the morning. If you are going to make hoppers at night, they add coconut water into the mixture in the morning. Then for about more than for 12 hours, they keep it like that. So the yeast develops there. Yeast the scientific term is Saccharomyces, scientific name. Right? Because aged coconut water contains yeast. You can underline a unicellular fungal variety called yeast. Unicellular fungal variety called yeast can be seen on a unicellular fungal variety. Mainly in the above sample. If you asked what is the microorganism available in aged coconut water, that is yeast, right? That is also known as, the scientific name is Saccharomyces. Since it is a scientific name, we have to underline the name. Saccharomyces, Saccharomyces. This organism cannot be examined to the naked eye when it is isolated, but can be observed through a microscope. Therefore, when it is isolated, when it is taken as an individual, we can't see with the naked eye. Then yeast api kaden giyenne. Kanam peno. So that is a colony, a group. So this is the definition for microorganisms: the unicellular, single-celled, or multicellular with number of cells. Multi means many. Organisms which are invisible to the naked eye when taken individually are called microorganisms. This is the complete definition for microorganisms. They are not always unicellular. The microorganisms it is a single cell killer. No. Some of them are multicellular. But they cannot be seen with our naked eye when taken individually. Right? Here you are shown a compound microscope. So in grade 7 you have learned how to use the microscope as well. The knowledge is continued. Then you can microscope එක අමතක කරලා යන්න බෑ grade 8 වලට. These microorganisms can be observed clearly through the microscope, right? These can be seen through the compound microscope, but the virus, which we consider as a group of microorganisms, actually they can be seen through only the electron microscope. Here microscopes. Microorganisms are found in every habitat on the planet, everywhere. They live and thrive in. What are the habitats of microorganisms? Actually, they are available everywhere. If we start with air, microorganisms are living in air. Yes, in the human body, in and on the human body and the other animals. Water, yes. Then soil, in soil. In and on human body. On plant and animal bodies. Inside the animal bodies as well. On plant and animal bodies. Where else? On food. How about they? In trees. Okay, here since I have mentioned plant and animal body. On food. Then some of them live in very extreme environments, hostile environments as well. Hostile or very extreme environments, very harsh environments, right? In hostile environments, hostile means very harsh. Ocean bed, there is a very high pressure there. Ocean bed. Even in the glaciers, right? In the deserts, desert regions, hot water springs, highly saline environments, then ocean water again, highly saline. The salinity is high. Ocean bed, deserts, hot water springs. Glaciers. Highly saline environments. Okay. So they are available everywhere. They have a wide range of habitats. They are widely distributed. They have been distributed successfully. That is why they can make a big impact on the environment. Harida Sanuri, Yugit. Hari. There is a tremendous biological diversity among microorganisms. They differ a lot. When we observe a group of microorganisms, we can see they are different in shape, size, color. Right, Hari? I will share a video for you to get an idea about the morphological differences among the microorganisms.
Take a look. Wondering what they are? These are microorganisms. So, do you want to learn more about them? Zoom in. There are some living organisms that cannot be seen with bare eyes and can only be visible with a powerful microscope. These organisms are called microorganisms or microbes. There are 5 types of living microorganisms: fungi, bacteria, viruses, algae, and protozoa. Most fungi feed microscopic threads called hyphae. Threads dig into a food source and release chemicals that break down the food. Then the fungi digest it and use it as nutrients. Fungi feed on dead animals, bird droppings, manure. They eat almost anything that was once alive. Bacteria are single-celled spherical, spiral, or rod-shaped organisms. They are a few micrometers long. You'll be surprised to know that there are more bacteria in your mouth than the number of people in this world. Bacteria can be found everywhere. They are in the air, the soil, and water, in plants, clean. Viruses are single-celled microorganisms. They can only survive inside the cells of other living organisms. Once they enter a living organism, they multiply and cause diseases like conjunctivitis, chickenpox, measles, etc. Viruses are said to be so small, 500 million of them would fit on the head of a pin. Algae are organisms that are found all over the world. They are important. They make much of the Earth's oxygen. There are about 27,000 different species or types of algae. The word protozoa means little animal because protozoa hunt and gather other microbes, food, and hence act like tiny animals. Protozoa mainly feed on bacteria, but they also eat other protozoa and other organic matter. Some areas of the Indian Ocean light up at night. Light is caused by tiny sea algae, Halophactinata. Human bites are one of the most dangerous animal bites in the world due to the bacteria. For me to water some my tummy. After all, the bread slices got eaten by fungi. This is me zooming out. Tune in next time for more fun facts.
Now I will show you the real microscopic images of some of the microorganisms, right? So you can get an idea about the shape, sizes, colors.
Organisms. Microbes. We can see a multitude of species such as plants, yet organisms. In this video, we will learn about these organisms, groups, or microorganisms. What are microorganisms? Microbes, also microorganisms, are microscopic invisible nature. Some of these can be seen with the help of, for example, fungus spread by a microscope. For example, bacteria. Microorganisms may be cellular organisms or in microorganisms. First one by Anthony Van Leeuwenhoek. Where do organisms, microorganisms like human life, including temperature, desert, and marshy mud? They are often found in air, water, food, basis of cellularity, organisms, groups, colonies, bacteria, protozoa, some algae. Let's review of these groups. Bacteria. These are celled organisms that will count into define cell walls too. Types of bacteria based on shapes. Flower shaped, Vibrio-chlorate, chemical shaped, oxide, streptococcus, rod shaped, or bacilli, Salmonella, E. coli, spiral shaped, Perida, Borrelia, and Bonilla. These they cannot these live its feed on those such as Yersinia, causing rust, grew on phase such as algae. These are basic plant life that are typical in a they have whole and they can food, cells, or genital, epidermis, underchild, and example, Spermatozoa, below some of them, but some are parasites. Many parasites cause plasmodium and parasites of soil. Viruses, otherwise, let us see how a microscopic organism every other organism presents wide variety of shapes. They are different only body organisms, or they don't react outside like this.
Not taking meaning, but it's something like food.
Okay. So you saw the different types of microorganisms. So we will discuss about them. They differ in their morphological characters as well as in their feeding mechanisms, right? How they feed upon. Some they have different types of feeding mechanisms. Some can produce their own food, right? There are autotrophic microorganisms. Some are heterotrophs, some are parasites, right? Parasites means they live on the bodies of other organisms, in and on the bodies of other organisms, right? Some act as decomposers. Then the one of the most important uses of microorganisms is they decompose the garbage. If they don't decompose, what will happen? Think of the amount of garbage that is collected within a week in your home. If they are not decomposed, what will happen? There may be heaps of garbage everywhere. So bacteria and fungi are useful for the decomposition process, right? So they act as decomposers there. So different feeding mechanisms. And you know, Pute, morphological means simply that is the external appearance, right? Now you saw different groups. Some they have different shapes. Some are round shaped. Some are rod shaped like this. And some are spiral shaped. Comma shaped. There are different shapes of microorganisms. They exist as single cells or sometimes the number of cells combine. එතකොට මේක multicellular වෙන්නේ නැහැ. Number of individuals exist as a chain. එතකොට අපි කියන streptococcus කියලා. සමහර වෙලාවට this is known as bacillus. So number of them combine and form this type of a structure, streptobacillus. ඒ වගේ the external appearance is different. There are different types of microorganisms. There are different groups of microorganisms. So we can say these groups are Now I will mention there the major groups of microorganisms: bacteria, yes, fungi, කියලා කියනවා, සමහර අය fungi කියලා කියනවා. Then we can mention about algae, yes, then the protozoans, protozoa. Then virus, actually virus show both living and non-living characteristics, but we include virus also under the group of microorganisms. හරිද ඉසුමි? ජනුල සංකේත් Sanuki, Petmi, are you having a with the connection? Petmi, Yogit? Oh, okay, Yogit. Hari, Yogit. Hari neda. So here you are given certain examples. You can observe some permanent slides of microorganisms in the laboratory. So these are fixed and kept as permanent slides. අපිට ඒ වෙලාවේ හදලා ගන්න ඕනේ නැහැ. We can just take them and observe. ඒව තමයි permanent slides කියලා කියන්නේ. They have preserved those specimens on a slide. හරි. බලමු කවුද කියලා. Here you are shown rod-shaped bacteria. Yeast. I told you that is also known as Saccharomyces. Chlamydomonas is an algal variety. Now we megolo කවුද කියලාත් ලියමු. To which group do they belong? So yeast is a fungal variety, a fungus. Fungus is singular, right? The scientific name is Saccharomyces. So when we are writing a scientific name, we have to underline the name. And when they are printed, here you can see this is in italics. Ala akuru tiyenne, right? That is the way when we are typesetting a scientific name. It should be italic. If you are writing, we have to underline the name. This is an algal variety කියලා දීලම තියෙනවා. Chlamydomonas. It can photosynthesize. Then mucor. අපි මෙයාට bread mold කියලා කියනවා. ඔන්න එයාව ඔයාට බලන්න පුළුවන්. You can take a slice of bread. කන්න කලින් එකක් අයින් කරගන්න. Right? Take a slice of bread and put few drops of water on it and keep it in a closed container. නැත්නම් වෙන සතෙක් ඇවිල්ලා කාලයයි. So keep it inside a closed container for 2-3 days. මොනවද කරන්නේ? Take a slice of bread, put some drops of water on it. අර තෙත් වෙන කම්ම දාන්න නැහැ. Add some drops of water on it and keep it inside a closed container. After about 3 days, observe. ඊට පස්සේ තව දවසක් තියාගෙන බලන්න what happens to that කියලා. අදම කරලා බලන්න. පාම් පෙත්තක් හම්බුණා. Right? So you can see mucor there. So they exist as a colony. Bread molds කියලා කියනවා. Amoeba. Amoeba is එතකොට මෙයා molds කියලා කියන්නේ mucor. That is a fungus, right? A fungal variety. ඊට පස්සේ amoeba. It is irregular in shape. නිශ්චිත හැඩයක් නැහැ. That is a protozoan. Protozoan. Amoeba. Then paramecium. It has the shape of a sole of a shoe. සපත්තු අඩියක් වගේ තමයි යාගේ shape එක. Right? It is also a protozoan. මතකනේ grade 6 වල කතා කළා. In water rotten with hay, you can see them. Water rotten with hay. ඉදුරු පල් කළ ජලයේ, you can see them. හරි. Mark them down. To which group do they belong? And we have the presentations. Api balamu ready the kiyala until you write. Yenuki, I ready pute? Okay. Then Setuni.
Ready.
Okay, good. Then Kitma. Kitma harida pute? Kitma. Eheno aduයි Kitma. ඊට පස්සේ මම Sanuri. Did I give for those as well, or did I give a topic Sanuli? කිව්වද නැත්නම් මම ලියලා තියන්න? කියලා නෑ අද කියන්න. Right, okay. එහෙනම් we have 3 presentations. එනුකි සෙතුනි and කිත්ම. අපි තව චුට්ටකින් ගමු. Then 7:30 පටන් ගන්න නිසා you can have your breakfast and join නේද? සමහර ලොකු ඇනුම් යවනවා. දැන් 7:30 පටන් ගන්න 10 වලට ඉවර වෙන්නේ. ඒ නිසා breakfast එක අරන් එන්න නේද? ටිකක් කලින් නැගිටින්න Saturday. අමෝ දවස් 5මත් උදේම නැගිටලා Saturdayත් නැගිටින්න වෙනවා කියලා හිතන්න එපා. උදේම කළාම හොඳයිනේ. You can your mind is also fresh. හරිද? අනේ රෙස් කරනවා. නැත්තම් 10 වෙනකන් ඉන්නත් අමාරුයිනේ නේද breakfast එක ගන්න. Viruses show living features as well as non-living features. Actually, there is a hesitation whether this is living, because the only living characteristic that it shows is multiplication. That multiplication also happens inside a living cell. When there is a virus on the table, it cannot do anything. But if we touch the table and if we touch our nose or mouth or eyes, then it can enter into our body. And then it can multiply inside our body cells. It will become active. That is the only living characteristic. Other than they don't have a cellular organization, or they don't show any biological activities like respiration, growth. These things are not shown by virus. Although viruses are discussed under the microorganisms, there is no conclusion yet as to whether they are living or non-living, as I told. Viruses can be observed through an electron microscope only. Harida, they cannot be seen even through the compound microscope. We need an electron microscope to see the virus. Right? Living as well as non-living features. Hari. Then we'll move on to the next page. පුතේ ඔන්න අදම බලලා මේ ටික චුට්ට චුට්ට හිතට දාගන්න. එතකොට ලේසි වැඩේ. So this is the Dutch scientist Anton von Leeuwenhoek. So he observed the microorganisms for the very first time. Right? He observed the microorganisms for the very first time. He is the first person to see the microorganisms. Anton Van කියලා තිබුණාට sometimes it is pronounced as von, right? Anton von Leeuwenhoek. Microorganisms for the very first time in 1674 using a simple microscope that was invented by him. එයාම හදාගත්ත microscope එකකින් තමයි බැලුවේ. Exploration of microorganisms was possible with further development in the microscopy. එහෙමනේ වෙන්නේ. One scientist finds out something, then another scientist try to develop that further. Right? The microscope was evolved gradually, as well as the subject microbiology was also evolved. Nowadays you can do your higher studies in microbiology. Microbiology you can select one field and do your higher studies, right? That is a highly demanding area. This microbiology, molecular biology, biotechnology, these are somewhat associated, and there is a high demand in the world nowadays. Shudra Jiva Vidya, agricultural microbiology, soil microbiology, clinical microbiology, likewise, there are different areas. Hari. Now we will mention about the effects of microorganisms on food. Right? Now, disadvantages වෙලාවක්. Right? The effect of microorganisms on food. But still, in that case also, there are certain advantages. Think of yogurt, curd, cheese. These preparations are based on the microbial activity on milk. Right? Due to the microbial activity on milk, the milk gets coagulated. Right? As a result, these are produced. That is due to a bacterium known as lactobacillus. Hari. ඊට පස්සේ, now here mainly we are focusing on the harmful impacts caused by microorganisms on food. හැබැයි හැමතිස්සෙම harmful වෙන්නෙත් නෑ. දැන් අපි ගත්තොත් fermentation. So by using fruit juices, we can ferment them and obtain even the vinegar production. එක පැත්තකින් vinegar production and the alcoholic beverages, these are formed due to the fermentation process. Hari. The growth of some microorganisms on food makes the food not suitable for consumption. Right? This is known as spoilage of food. Then these days people are making food packets, the lunch packets for the people who were affected. So I saw there are different articles how to prepare food to be kept. At a lunch packet එකක් හැදුවාම the food gets spoiled. So how we need to prepare that food to be kept for at least 12 to 18 hours. මොකද මෙහි හදලා යවන එක තව පැත්තකට යනකොට ගොඩාක් වෙලා යනවා. So food should not be spoiled. එතකොට ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවනේ දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ සමහර වෙලාවට ගමනක් යද්දි කොහොමද පාන්දරින් යනවා නම් දවල්ට කන්න කෑම එක හදන් යන්නේ කොහොමද? So it should be in a dried form නේද? එහෙමද තියෙන්න ඕනේ. Then the microbial activity will be minimized. So we are controlling the conditions which are needed for the microbial growth. We remove the moisture. Sometimes we keep the food items inside the refrigerator. There we control the temperature needed for the growth of microorganisms. Right? We just we can't avoid it 100%, but we can reduce the growth of microorganisms by following different methods. ඒකට අපි කියනවා food preservation කියලා. We keep the food in the refrigerator. Sometimes we apply salt on food. For example, fish. And when making dried fish, we remove the moisture content. We dry the fruits and vegetables. We remove the moisture then. There are such methods to control the growth of microorganisms. In some of the cases, we make the medium acidic. Then we change the pH value of the medium. Hari. එහෙනම් ඒකෙන් හිතන්න ඕනේ දැන් we are controlling different things, different conditions to control the growth of microorganisms. එහෙනම් certain factors are needed for the growth of microorganisms as well කියලා. When there is moisture, they grow on them. When there is a suitable temperature, they grow on the food. And when there is a suitable pH value, they will grow on the food. And they release certain enzymes, chemical substances on the food. As a result, the food undergoes changes. That is known as food spoilage. Ahara narak වීම. එහෙනම් what is food spoilage? If you ask what is known as food spoilage? Yes, Sandaru, කියන්න බලන්න. What do you mean by food spoilage? Yes, food turning into a condition that is not suitable for our consumption. And that is food spoilage. Sometimes you may have heard about food poisoning as well. Right? When the microbial growth increases and when they secrete poisonous substances, when the people consume them, that becomes poisonous. Food poisoning, ahara විෂ වීම. That is somewhat risky. Sometimes the death of a person can occur because of that. Right? Food poisoning and food spoilage. Hari. So, how do you know food that makes not suitable for our consumption? Yes, Chanutri. How do you get to know that a food is spoiled? Arandira? Yes, yes, Pute, kya? Change the texture. So if we touch the food, we feel that it is slimy or there is a different texture than usual. Right? Yes, color changes. Then the external appearance changes. Then we'll say the cup of tea. You forgot to drink it. In the evening, you saw that. And you can see that the external appearance has changed. The milk has coagulated. External appearance has been changed. And the color changes. And if you smell the food, yes, Pute? Smell, the odor. If there is a bad odor, they come to know that the food is spoiled. Right? ඊට පස්සේ තව සමහරව කාලා බලලත් හොයාගන්නවානේ. කෑවහම තමයි දන්නේ that it is spoiled. That means the taste also changes. අර කැවුම් එහෙම they become rancid. අර මුඩු වෙනවා කියලා කියන්නේ. එතකොට by the taste we can identify. නේ? එහෙනම් මොනවාද changes? we will list them out. The microbial activities change the on external appearance. External appearance. ඊළඟට color, smell or the odor. ඊළඟට texture, what we feel when we touch. Texture. Cover. Yes, what else? Yes. Not only this, that is something that we can't observe. The nutritional value. Nutritional value of the food is also changed due to spoilage. Nutritional value. As a result, food becomes unfavorable for consumption due to changes of properties. The growth of some microorganisms on food makes the food not suitable for consumption. That is what we call as food spoilage. Makes the food not suitable for consumption. This is known as spoilage of food. Harida, Yanuki. And these days, actually, you have to be careful when you are consuming food from outside. Either. So, but actually, those who are not affected, those who are living at home, you have to consume food from home as much as possible. And when you are drinking water, then සමහර ළමයි මම දැකලා තියෙනවා ඉස්කෝලේ ටැප් එකකින් එහෙමම අරගෙන එහෙම බොනවා. එහෙම කරන්න එපා. You have to boil the water and consume, because these days there may be so many pathogens, especially in water. So water is used for food preparation as well. Because of the floods, ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවනේ, wells, toilet pits, all these are, this water is mixed together. Therefore, and a lot of animals were dead. Right? These dead animal bodies are also there. So many pathogens can be available. So be careful. Minimize the consumption of food from outside and boil water and drink. Hari. මාන්සිද? මේකත් කියලා පුංචි break එකක් දෙන්න. හරිද? A slice of bread some water on මේක තමයි මම කරන්න කිව්වේ. Glass slide cover slip you don't have, but you can see this under the from your naked eye. The bread molds, growth of fungi. The name of the fungus is mucor. Spray some water on the slice of bread and keep it for 3 days. මේක හැබැයි එළිය තියන්න එපා. එතකොට the other animals can eat that. Even the ඔගොල්ලෝ ඔය කෑම මේසෙ උඩ එහෙම තියලා ගිහිලා අයියවිලා කන්න එපා. ඔය geckos even eat. These are poisonous. I have seen the geckos eating biscuits. හරිද? ඒගොල්ලෝ කනවා ඒවා. ඒ නිසා එළිය තියලා ගිහිලා කන්න ඔගොල්ලෝ ආයි කන්න එපා. මේකත් වෙන අයකයි. ඒ නිසා keep this inside a closed container, right? The mice. ඊට පස්සේ you can see the growth of molds on the slice of bread. Then you are supposed to take this sample of these molds and keep it on a glass slide. Put a drop of water, cover with a cover slip and observe under the microscope, low power of the microscope. Draw what you observed. This is how you can see the bread molds under the microscope. The main reason for food spoilage is the growth of microorganisms on food and release their byproducts and enzymes on the food. Because of these chemical substances, food undergoes changes. Right? Fungal mycelium of mucor. Mucor තමයි මේ ඉන්නේ. ඔන්න bread mold කියලා මතක තියාගන්න. Mucor. එතකොට this is a multicellular fungus. Yeast or Saccharomyces is unicellular. Yeast or Saccharomyces is unicellular. This is a multicellular fungus. හරි අමෝ හරි පුංචි බ්‍රේක් එකක් අරගෙන එන්න පොඩක් drink some lukewarm water and come back. නැගිටලා ගිහිල්ලා හොඳට හිරිය ඇරලා එන්න. Yes පුතේ. Sometimes we will get certain symptoms like a stomach ache, vomiting. ඒ වගේ වෙන්න පුළුවන්. සමහර වෙලාවට if it does not cause any harmful impact in our body, it will be solved inside the body itself. සමහර වෙලාවට ඒකේ bad impacts එන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ අපිට stomach aches එහෙම එන්නේ, vomiting like diarrhea, right? Those things can happen. එතනින් එහාට ගියාම තමයි when these chemical substances become poisonous, the food poisoning happens. Therefore, we have to be careful when consuming food. Then සමහර fungal growth එකක් එහෙම තියෙන වෙලාවට sometimes you cut that part and remove that part and eat the rest of the half. එහෙම කරනවා නේද? එහෙමත් හොඳ නෑ. මොකද these the toxic substances may be available in the other part of the food. නේද? එක පැත්තක fungus එකක් හැදිලා නම් ඒක අයින් කරලා දාලා අනිත් ටික කන්න හොඳ නෑ, right? අර toxins තියෙන අර aflatoxins එහෙම තියෙනකොට that is very harmful for our body. හරි නේද? දැන් අර සමහර fungus ඔයගොල්ලෝ දැකලා තියෙනවා fruits, especially on papaya වල දැකලා තියෙනවා නේද? The growth of fungi, right? ඊට පස්සේ even rice, if you keep some rice for a few days, once again you can see a different colored fungus on it. හරි පුංචි break එකක් අරන් එන්න ඉක්මනට. Did you all come back? ආව නේද? Yes. Hari. Now let's see how the microbes අපි microorganisms ලාටම තමයි microbes කියලාත් කියන්නේ, right? So food spoilage happens due to the microbial activity on food, right? Food spoilage happens. And in some of the cases, there are certain microorganisms who become important in certain food productions. මම ඔය දෙකම පෙන්නන්නම් ඔයාලට. Right? How the microorganisms become harmful, how they cause food spoilage, as well as how some microorganisms been useful in the preparation of certain food items. Let's see. Hope you all have returned after the break.
Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a topic that concerns every kitchen food spoilage. Never open your fridge only to find a container of once delicious food now giving off an unpleasant odor. Well, you're not alone. In this video, we'll the causes of how to prevent it, and tips to keep the kitchen fresh and safe. So, let's get started. What is food spoilage? Spoilage refers to the deterioration in the quality, taste, texture, and safety of food products, rendering them unappetizing or potentially harmful. This deterioration is primarily caused by the action of microorganisms, bacteria, molds, as well as enzymes, external factors like oxygen exposure. The result of food spoilage, the appearance, smell, taste, and nutritional value of the food is negatively affected, making it unsuitable. Proper storage, handling, and preservation techniques are essential to prevent or slow down the process of food. Causes of food spoilage. Food spoilage is primarily caused by a combination of factors, including microorganisms, enzymes, oxygen exposure, and temperature fluctuations. Let's delve into each of these causes in more detail. Microorganisms. Various types of microorganisms, such as bacteria, molds, and yeast, play a significant role in food spoilage. These microorganisms thrive on the nutrients presented in food to break down its components. Changes in texture, flavor, and odor. As they metabolize, they produce waste products that can alter the quality of the food, make it unappetizing or unsafe to consume. Enzymes. Enzymes are natural substances present in food that facilitate chemical reactions. While enzymes are necessary for many biological processes, they can also lead to spoilage when they catalyze reactions that break down the nutrients. For instance, enzymes can cause fruit, vegetables to lose their color, and fats to become rancid, resulting in changes in taste, appearance, and nutritional value. Oxygen exposure. Oxygen is necessary for many microorganisms to grow and reproduce. When food is exposed to oxygen, growth of bacteria can thrive and cause spoilage. This is particularly evident when oxidation of their exposed surfaces. Temperature fluctuations. Temperature plays a critical role in the rate of microbial growth and enzymatic activity. Food stored at temperatures within the danger zone, approximately 4 degrees Celsius, are at a higher risk of spoilage and bacterial growth. Proper refrigeration will slow down these processes and extend the shelf life. Moisture content. High moisture levels in an environment can promote the spoilage in damp conditions to promote growth, fermentation, and hop flavors. pH level. The acidity or alkalinity pH of a food influence microbial growth. Some microorganisms prefer slightly acidic environments, while others thrive in more neutral or alkaline conditions. Regulating the pH through cooling or fermenting helps preserve food and storage. Cross-contamination. Producing harmful microorganisms must be done rapid storage. Proper hygiene practices, such as washing hands, separate cutting board for raw meat and produce, avoiding cross-contact, essential to prevent cross-contamination. What kind of microbes are responsible for bacteria? Pseudomonas species. Pseudomonas bacteria are known for causing spoilage in meat, poultry, dairy products, vegetables, often leading to odors and sliming. Schwannula species. These bacteria are known for causing spoilage in fish and seafood, resulting in off odors and changes in texture. Lactic acid bacteria. While bacteria of genus Streptococcus, Lactococcus, and Pediococcus are important for fermenting food, both in sauerkraut, they can also lead to spoilage in certain dishes, causing a sour taste and undesirable texture. Acetic acid bacteria. Bacteria of genus Acetobacter, can cause spoilage in beverages, wine, beer, and fruit juices, converting alcohol into acid, off flavors, and flavors. Clostridium species. Anaerobic bacteria such as Clostridium perfringens, Botulinum, cause spoilage in vacuum sealed or canned food, often leading to off odors, aspirin, potential foodborne illness. Molds or fungus. Aspergillus species. Molds are often responsible for grains, nuts, and dried fruit. They produce spores like penicillium species. While some penicillium species are used in cheese production, others can cause spoilage in cheese and other dairy products. Yeasts like Candida can cause spoilage in food with high sugar content, such as fruits and fruit juice, by producing alcohol and carbon dioxide. How enzymes cause food spoilage? It's important to note that while enzymes are essential for various natural processes, they can also introduce spoilage when their activity is not controlled. Lipase enzymes break down fats and oils into important fatty acids. This can lead to development of acidity, resulting in off flavors and odors in fats and oils. Thus, oils and fatty meats. Protease. Protease enzymes break down proteins into small peptides. This can result in changes in texture and appearance, such as the softening of meat and the breakdown of proteins in dairy products. Flavors. Amylase. Amylase enzymes break down carbohydrates, specifically starches, or sugars. This can lead to changes in texture and taste in starchy food, bread, pastry, cooked grains. Pectinase. Pectinase enzymes break down pectin, complex carbohydrate found in fruits and vegetables. Breakdown of pectin causes the softening and breakdown of plant tissue due to the deterioration of texture in vegetables. Cellulose. Cellulase enzymes break down cellulose, a complex carbohydrate found in plant cell walls. Cellulose breakdown can cause the loss of structural integrity in vegetables, resulting in texture. Oxidative enzymes. Enzymes like polyphenol oxidase, and peroxidase are responsible for browning reactions in vegetables when they come to oxygen. Browning can lead to desirable color changes and off flavors. Amylase and glucoamylase. Food processing. Amylase and glucoamylase enzymes break down starches and grains into edible sugars, which is desired in brewing beer and other alcoholic beverages. However, these enzymes are active during storage. They can lead to over-fermentation and off flavors. Methoxygenase. Methoxygenase enzymes initiate the breakdown of fatty acids in fruits and vegetables, due to the development of off flavors, odors, changes in color and texture. What happens when we consume spoiled food? When food spoils, it undergoes changes due to the growth of harmful microorganisms, production of toxins, degradation. Browning can lead to undesirable color changes and off flavors. Poisoning. Consuming spoiled food contaminated with pathogenic bacteria, such as Salmonella, G.C.E, or Listeria, can lead to food poisoning. Symptoms may include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, abdominal pain, and in severe cases, hydration and organ damage. Gastrointestinal distress. Spoiled food might contain high levels of bacteria in the waste product, causing irritation to the gastrointestinal tract. This can result in symptoms like stomach cramps, bloating, gas, diarrhea, foodborne illness. Consumption of spoiled food results in a foodborne illness, which ranges from mild discomfort to severe sickness. The severity depends on the type of microorganisms present, the amount consumed, and the individual's overall health. Toxin ingestion. Some consuming such food result in an unpleasant eating experience. How to prevent food spoilage? Preventing food spoilage involves a combination of proper food handling, storage, and hygiene practices. Here's a detailed breakdown of how to prevent food spoilage. Here's a detailed breakdown of how to prevent food spoilage. Clean hands and surfaces. Wash your hands with soap and water before handling food to avoid transferring bacteria.
So this shows you how to prevent the adverse, the harmful impact of the microbial activity, right? These days, actually, these become very important more than the other days.
Raw meats, poultry, red meat, prevent cross-contamination. Refrigeration. Refrigerate perishable food promptly in 2 hours. Prevent bacterial growth. Freeze food or food in a few days to extend the shelf life. Cart shopping. Check expiration dates on packaged food before purchasing. Inspect fresh produce for signs of spoilage, such as mold, discoloration, or off odors. Proper cooking. Cook foods to recommended internal temperature to ensure that harmful microorganisms are killed. Reheat leftovers to at least 74 degrees Celsius before consuming. Hot food. Hot. Cold food. Cold. Serve hot food above 60 degrees Celsius. Cold food below 4 degrees Celsius to prevent bacterial growth. Vacuum seal. Vacuum sealed packaging to remove excess air and extend the shelf life of food. Canning and pickling. Preserve foods by canning or pickling to create environments where spoilage microorganisms can thrive. Proper handling of leftovers. Consume leftovers within 3 to 4 days for longer storage. Hygiene and personal care. Avoid coughing. Touching food is there. Be mindful of food storage time. Familiarize yourself with recommended storage times. Types of food. Avoid consuming spoiled items. Rotate stock. First in, first out. Stocking your pantry or refrigerator. Place newer items behind older ones so that you use the older items first. Be cautious with leftovers. If a leftover looks or smells unusual, guard it to avoid the risk of foodborne illness. Educate yourself. Stay informed about food safety guidelines, foodborne illnesses, best practices for preventing food spoilage. Conclusion. And there you have it, a comprehensive guide to understanding food spoilage. By following these tips and understanding the causes, you can enjoy fresh, safe, and delicious meals every day. Don't forget to hit that button.
Haripute. Then actually there are certain microorganisms which become useful in food industry as well. මම ඒක තව ටිකකින් පෙන්නන්නම් නේ. දැන් ටික වීඩියෝ එකක් බැලුවානේ. Right. So we will discuss about this one now. So studying the microbial activity. So you have used yeast when you are preparing certain bakery items at home, right? Even when you are making cake or buns, right? So what happens? Why do we add yeast? We'll see. Sugar, yeast, a balloon, warm water, a bottle, a beaker, or a suitable container. You can do this at home when you find some yeast, right? Dissolve 2 spoons of sugar in 200 milliliters of warm water. Warm means not boiling, right? We say lukewarm water, mada unusum jala, right? Then add 1 teaspoon of yeast into the above sugar solution. In the preparation of food also, we follow the same steps, right? Dissolve some sugar in lukewarm water, and once all sugar is dissolved, we add yeast. Leave this for about 20 minutes and observe. So you can see this mixture has become risen. Make the yes Chanudri to make the dough rise. Then we didn't use any flour, so we just put yeast into a sugar solution. So we can see that it is bubbling, and also it has become increased in volume. right, after 20 minutes. So we can do the same for a bottle with a balloon, right? So we can't use aged yeast here. So we have to newly prepare the mixture once again. ඉස්සෙල්ලා එකම ආයි මේකට ගන්න බෑ. Right? Pour a newly prepared solution into the bottle. අලුතෙන් හදන්න ඕනේ. මොකද the activity is reduced after some time. So newly prepared mixture. ඒ කියන්නේ මොනවාද mixture කියන්නේ? Sugar solution plus yeast. Now you have fixed the balloon tightly to the bottle. Then after some time you can see the balloon gets inflated. For the balloon to get inflated, there should be a collection of a gas due to the activity of yeast. The mixture has risen. It is bubbling faster. Right? Record your observations after 20 minutes. So you can, shall we write the observations here? The balloon gets inflated. Then evolving of gas bubbles. Evolving of gas bubbles. Then increase in the volume of the mixture. Due to the bubbling of air bubbles. Then balloon getting inflated. Balloon getting inflated. These are the observations that we make. So this activity is known as fermentation, right? Fermentation. So I will show the activity as well. Ikmaning activity. Now. හරි. අන්න බලන්න. Dry yeast is added by using a funnel to all three bottles. First bottle dry yeast, no sugar. Second bottle dry yeast plus 2 tablespoons of sugar. Then third one dry yeast plus 4 tablespoons of sugar. Right? So see the action of yeast. So there you saw that in the third setup, the balloon got inflated a lot because it contained 4 tablespoons of sugar along with yeast. Now you can do this activity at home and see. You need some yeast. You can buy then a bottle. A glass bottle is better since you are using lukewarm water, and a balloon. That's all. Hari. Puthe videos on karanna. This activity of yeast on this sugar solution is known as fermentation. So as a result of fermentation, a gas is evolved. No, that is why the balloon gets inflated. So what is the gas evolved here? Yes, that is carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is evolved. Hari. Now, why do we use yeast in making bakery items? Buns, bread and those. ඇයි අපි පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ? To increase the volume. Okay. Then what else? So මේ පිටි ගුලියට අපි කියනවා the dough කියලා, right? The dough becomes risen, right? Then actually that is why the bread gets this spongy nature. නැත්තම් අර bread buns වගේව අර clay වගේ තියෙයි. නේද? The clay is not porous, no? නේද? The quality of a bun or a bread increases when it becomes spongy, right? That spongy nature is obtained because of that. And when we add this yeast to that sugary solution and mix it with the dough, after about 1 hour, the dough becomes risen. That is due to the production of carbon dioxide inside. So what happens? That carbon dioxide tries to get escaped through the dough. Especially during baking, also this happens, right? The dough becomes risen, and during baking also the gas tries to get escaped. As a result, this becomes porous. මේ සිදුරු සිදුරු තියෙනවනේ පාන් පෙත්තක බන් එකක ඇතුළ බැලුවාම it is porous, spongy, sponge එකක් වගේ නේ. There are air spaces. That is because of the evolving of carbon dioxide through the flour particles. The dough becomes rises. And another substance is produced. That is ethyl alcohol, ethanol. But when we eat bread or buns, we don't get that alcoholic taste. And then alcoholic taste in bread or buns. Why? That alcohol gets evaporated or vaporized during baking. It gets vaporized. It is a volatile substance. No, ethyl alcohol is a volatile substance. So it gets vaporized when baking. Now, when sugar and yeast are mixed in a solution, it will bubble and become warm. Right? You will smell the odor of alcohol. අර මික්ස්ඩ් එකේ අපිට alcohol smell එක එනවා, but it is because of ethyl alcohol, right? It is because of this process is known as fermentation. It is because ethyl alcohol, ethanol කියලාත් කියනවා. ethyl alcohol or ethanol. ethyl alcohol or ethanol is produced due to the activity of yeast in the sugar solution. Activity of yeast in the sugar solution. එක්කෙනෙක් තමයි ethyl alcohol. As shown in this figure, you will see that the balloon has become inflated in the previous image. This is because a gas is produced due to the activity of yeast in sugar solution. The gas produced is carbon dioxide. එහෙනම් due to the activity of yeast in sugar, ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide are produced. Right? Carbon dioxide. Yeast is a key ingredient in bakery products. The activity of yeast forms carbon dioxide and makes the dough rise. Ethyl alcohol evaporates during the process of baking. Right? Hari. Just get that completed. Ethyl alcohol and carbon dioxide are produced. Ethyl alcohol is vaporized and carbon dioxide gets released through the dough, forming these pores, giving the spongy nature. When food is exposed to air, microbes act on it very easily. This is because the environment provides suitable temperature and also moisture for the growth of microorganisms. There is a suitable temperature, moisture, and also there should be a suitable pH value. Also, when a moist food item is exposed to an environment with favorable temperature, microorganisms start to grow rapidly. When we provide the favorable conditions, the growth of microorganisms, temperature, moisture, pH තුනම දැම්ම නම් හොඳයි. Moisture, suitable moisture, pH, simple P, capital H, and temperature. Temperature for the growth of microorganisms. Right? Right. Then අපිට presentations ටික බලන්න තියෙනවා. ඊළඟ presentations also come under revision, right? Because they are doing presentations on the grade 7 stuff. ඊට පස්සේ we will discuss a question as well. එනිසා from here I will stop the grade 8 part. හරි නේද? Then shall we move on to the presentation? There are 3 presentations. I will let you share the screen. Yenuki Setuni Kitma. Kitma Setuni Yenuki Tamai in the alphabetical order, right? Okay, Kitma, can you share your screen first then? But they will talk a bit louder, right? Otherwise, we won't be able to hear. Are you the Kitma?
minerals. Minerals that is obtained from soil. The plants are provided by soil minerals. Water and minerals are retained by the clay part. Organic matter. Decayed parts of animal and plant matter are called soil organisms. They are also called fuels. Functions of soil organisms increase the air capacity in soil, increase the water retention capacity in soil, prevents the plants during dry season. Soil air. Functions of soil air provide air needed for respiration the soil organisms and for germination of seeds, creates porosity in soil. Soil water. Functions of soil water. Helps organisms to maintain their body temperature. Helps plants to absorb nutrients by soil. Control the temperature of soil. Question time. What are the three minerals in soil?
What are the three types of minerals in soil? Yes, Methun. Clay, silt, and sand. In the first slide කිත්ම අර silt කියන එක SILT වෙන්න ඕනේ. I think it was SLIT. It's okay. I just mentioned. හරි පුතේ. Next one.
What are the components in soil?
Yes, what are the components in soil, Yanuki? Yanuki, components in soil. What are the components?
Soil air, soil water,
Soil air, soil water, soil organic matter, and also soil organisms. Right.
what are soil organic matter?
What do you mean by soil organic matter, Minindu?
Decaying plant and animal soil.
Okay, decaying plant and animal materials.
Write three functions of soil organic matter.
What are the functions of soil organic matter, Tehan? Mention one. Tehan. For the germination of seeds. Actually, soil organic matter for the growth, if you say for the growth of plants, it's okay. For the growth of plants, Hari. Isumi, another one. Absorption of, yes, they become important for the plants to absorb. They supply the nutrients for the plants. They supply nutrients for the plants. Okay. Ovini, another one. Yes, Ovini. It produces the topsoil. Yes, in which most of the plants and animals make use of the topsoil, right? Yes, correct. Soil air. Yes, Ayatsen. How soil air becomes important. Can't hear, Bute. Ayatsen. Can't hear. Then Komita. Yes, it becomes important for the germination of seeds. Akitya. Yes, Akitya. Oh, Akitya. Ruvindi. For the respiration of soil organisms. Right. Then we'll ask from Evni, another one for the Evni. Yes. Any other use of soil or air? You mentioned about seed germination and respiration of organisms, soil organisms. Germination of seeds we mentioned. You can't say Pute, for the photosynthesis කියලා කියන්න බෑ. For photosynthesis actually plants obtain air from the atmosphere, not from soil, right? Hari. And it becomes the soil porous, right? Soil becomes porous. So it aerates the soil. That is useful for the plant roots as well as the soil organisms. Hari. Okay, that's all right. Kitma, well done. Hondai Kitma. It would be much more better if you have added some more images, but it's okay. The content was very good. Right. Then Setuni. Setuni, can you share your screen? Yes, sir. අපිට ඇහෙන්නේ නැතුව ගියා. Can't hear. Yes, Setuni. Stop. Happened. Has got this. Hari, until she joins, Yenuki, can you share your screen? I think she got disconnected. Yes. Setuni Pute, since you got disconnected, I asked Yenuki to share the screen. හරිද Setuni? මං ඊළඟට දෙන්නම් chance එක. Yes, Yenuki. We can hear. Okay, Pute. It's okay. I will give you the chance next. Yenuki, we can't see the screen yet. It says that you have started screen sharing, but I can't see it yet. ටිකක් ඉන්න බලන්න. Can the others see her screen? ඔයාලට පේනවද? නෑ නේ. Yenuki, stop screen sharing and start it. Okay. Okay, Setuni. Then you share once again. Yenuki, you stop screen sharing then. Setuni, you can share once again. Better, no? නෑ කමක් නෑ ඔතන ඉඳන් කියන්න. It's okay. Mean by soil? Yes, Sudhamsa. Sudhamsa. What do you mean by soil?
The things on the crust.
The things on the earth crust. Okay, you can add something. Yes, Senadi? Topmost layer of the earth along with the organic materials, right?
Says the top layer of the earth. Sorry. So the next, the properties of sandy soil.
Yes, properties of sandy soil. Devsika? Devsika, what are the properties of sandy soil?
Water, less water, retention of air is high.
High air retention and less, yes, less water retention. Right. Next one. Yes, Setuni. Next question. What are the three soil types? Yes, Tasmina. Clay, silt, and loamy.
Sorry, clay, silt,
Sandy, silt, and loamy. Clay, silt. Silt, when it contains, it becomes loamy and sandy soil. Is that all? Is that all, Setuni? Okay. What is the nature of loamy soil? Nature of loamy soil. Yenuli Vimansa? Yes, Yenuli. Okay, contains all three types of components. What else? Yes, uh, yes, Budhe? Organic matter is more abundant in loamy soil. Water and yes, Budhe. It is the most suitable soil type for agriculture since it can retain water and air both sufficiently. Hari, okay. Yes, Setuni, move on. Okay, Setuni, well done. She talked about the types of soil. Good. Then Yenuki, you can share your screen.
Can you see?
Now we can see. You can start slideshow.
Okay.
In the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 option at the top slideshow. Nothing. That icon is also correct. Nathan, go to the slideshow option and select that. Hurry. You can go back to the first slide. Okay, then Yanuki. හරි. එහෙමනම් අන්න Yenuki can do next time. Sanuli. Sanuli. Your topic is Sanuli, right? L. Soil erosion. Then Sanuri R. Sanuri. Sanuri නැද්ද? ඉන්නව නේද? Sanuri, your topic is force. Force. Then is Ernesta here? The Ernesta නෑ නේද? Ernesta නෑ. එහෙනම් අපි වෙන කෙනෙකුට දෙමු. Since she's not available. Yenuli Bimansa. Yenuli, can you hear? Yenuli, your topic is nutrients in food. Nutrients in food. එතකොට තව ඉතුරු චමත්ක, Ernesta, Ruraji, Senudi. That's all that I have mentioned. තව ඉන්නවද එහෙම මට මිස් වෙච්ච නම්? එස් පුතේ. PowerPoint වැඩ කරන්න නැත්නම් බලන්න Sanuri, you can just try with Canva මන් දන්නේ ඔයගලන්ට download කරන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. එහෙම නැත්නම් you can follow any other method, or do you want to postpone your presentation? Yes, Sanuri. Then I can give it the topic to someone else. What do you say, Sanuri? ඔබුතේ? Okay means ඔයාලට පුළුවන් වෙයිද next week වෙද්දි manage කරගන්න? එහෙම නැත්නම් ටිකක් කල් ඕනේද? හරි. Ruraji, are you available? Ruraji ඉන්නවද? Raji නෑ. Then Senudi. එහෙනම් අපි Senudita දෙමු. On a Sanuri's topic for Senudi. Senudi, your topic is force.
Thank you.
And now on topics are assigned. Yenuki will do next time. Sanuli, soil erosion. Senudi, force. Yenuli Bimansa, nutrients in food. And then I have to give Chamatka, Ernesta, Ruraji and Sanuri. If I have missed any other name, just let me know, right? Situmya, you did right. And the Situmya, normally you don't join, right? Hari, will you join? Here onwards. Sorry? I can give you a topic as well. මෙච්චර කල්වා recording වලින් නේද ගියේ? Hari. So next time I will give you. Okay, then since we have can have 10 minutes time, we'll go through some MCQs at least. Whether we have done this, Kela. We did a lot of questions in the last few days. මං හිතන්නේ you haven't done this. කියන්න මට කළාද නැද්ද කියලා. Underline the most suitable answer. නෑ නේද? හරි. Okay, then you can start අපි ටිකක් කරමු. Right? Select the most suitable answer quickly. නාඩියෙන් හොයන්න. discuss the answers for the 10 MCQs. Hmm? මටද කිව්වේ? අනේ බෑ කියලා. හරි, please mute your microphones. Okay. Which of the following leaves is a compound leaf? හැමෝම කියන්න answers මට දැන් එක එක්කෙනාගෙන් අහන්න වෙලාවක් නැහැ. Yes. With those this one is also a simple leaf. The leaf blade is divided, a lobed leaf, right? But still it is a simple leaf. So this is the compound leaf. A substance that dissolves well in water. Turmeric powder, kerosene, wax and salt. Yes, that is salt. The most suitable instrument to observe virus, that is the electron microscope. Below are some nutrients that a balanced diet contains. Carbohydrate, protein, lipid, X and Y. So X and Y should be vitamins and minerals. And in addition to the vitamins and minerals, we mentioned there should be water and fiber as well, though these are not considered as nutrients, right? The coldest layer among the layers of the atmosphere. What is it? Mesosphere. Right. That is the coldest layer. What is the warmest one? Thermosphere. That is the thermosphere. Hari. Sound travels faster through solids, right? Through solids. Here the solid is the metal rod. Choose the most suitable word, fits the blank and underline it. Blank, it is the smallest particle in the soil according to the size. What is it? That is clay. Clay particles are the smallest. Largest? Sand. Answer containing only neutral substances. Neutral substances. Lemon is acidic. Lime water is basic. Lime water කියන්නේ හුණු දියර. Kerosene is neutral. Kerosene neutral, soap water basic, vinegar acidic. Water neutral, salt solution neutral, lime water basic. Here all three are neutral. Salt, kerosene, sugar. As shown in the diagram, the source of energy and the form of energy used to cook food. Source of energy? Source is biomass. The form of energy. අන්න දෙකම එකට අහලා තියෙනවා. Source of energy and the form of energy. Source is biomass and the form of energy is heat energy or the thermal energy. Number 10. The inner layer of the earth can be compared to the replica of a boiled egg. The shell of the egg represents that the crust is the thinnest layer. Harida? Yes, that's true. Egg yolk represents the mantle. No, what does it represent? The core. White yolk represents, white yolk කියන්නේ අපි egg white කියලා කියන්නේ. Egg white represents the core. නේද? So what does it represent? Egg white? The mantle. And the true statement is only A. Only A. Hari. දැන් ඔය වගේ you go through the questions that we have done earlier, right? Then you will be able to keep in touch with the grade 7 subject matter. If you have the term tests or not, whatever the condition, you have to keep the memory. Okay? And just go through the things that we discussed under the grade 8 first unit today itself. හරිද? ඔන්න අද ඉඳන් එහෙම කරන්න පටන් ගන්න ඕනේ. පොරොන්දු වෙනවද? බලන්න, raise your hands. Those who promise to study the things today itself. හරි. පොරොන්දු වෙන්නේ නැති අයත් ඉන්නවා. හරි. ඔන්න දැන් පොරොන්දු වුණාම පොරොන්දු කඩන්න හොඳයිද? You can't break the promises, right? So definitely you have to study. Okay. Okay, then see you on next week. Stay safe and have a nice time. Just follow the schedule that I have shared in the group, right? මම අර cover up session එකකුත් දාලා තියෙනවා. Just go through it. Hari. See you on the next day. Stay safe, right? Stay safe because